Well, we turn our attention now to matters of the legislature. That's another part that needs to be sorted if we need to move forward. Mr. John Oloyede joins us now. He's a legal practitioner. Thank you for coming on again today.
Good morning.
It's been a while, though.
Yeah.
Well, about this development in the House of Representatives, even National Assembly, but let's start with that of the House, because today we see, time and again, there are different perspectives that the papers publish. But there's a stalemate right now. The House of Reps again have postponed their resumption. Their PDP counterparts only yesterday were just registering their displeasure with that particular fit. But your interpretation of how all of this is panning out, you think, no problems, this is just politics?
This is beyond politics. There is problem. We expected that the wind of change would actually blow and that it would blow away all the bad things in the polity. But what I see happening at the federal level, at the National Assembly level, is a sort of reincarnation of what had happened in so many of the states in the previous dispensation. You had some states, you had some state governors running the affairs of state without the assembly working. You had the judiciary in limbo for a year or over in some states of the federation, and now that is blowing over into the federal government level. That is a big problem, because the legislature, we have to take into focus the primary responsibility of Congress, which is to legislate, which is oversight functions, and to represent the people. As it were, Nigerians have no representation. Since the inauguration on the 6th of June, the House of Assembly, the two houses have only sat for about 6 or 9 days. And they keep on adjourning simply because of leadership tussle. Definitely, I belong to the school of thought that says there is a big problem looming.
There's a big problem, but is it not something that we saw coming, in the sense that people will say that when you have a new party at the helm of affairs, what you would finally find is that people would jostle for position. They would ensure that they have, because they believe that whatever it is they're able to get now is what they will be able to sustain. If they lose their footing now, then it would seem that they've lost it forever in that particular party. Didn't we see this in 1999, and didn't we envisage it happening now?
If you're we here, the word we refers to Nigerians. We didn't see nothing coming. Nigerians don't actually see when it comes to choosing leaders.
What about political watchers? Did they see this coming?
I believe you and I we're political watchers. And yes, we probably saw things like this coming, especially when there was a wave of cross-carpeting, people moving from PDP to APC. We knew, we reasoned, we analyzed here and said, look, there's going to be a problem, because, like I always say, the two major parties are two sides of the same coin. So nothing has really changed in terms of lawmaking. You can imagine people spending 4-8 years and not passing up to 100 bills into acts of parliament. So yes, some of us saw it coming. But in terms of whether the Nigerian people saw this coming, it was just about kicking somebody out.
Could it have been prevented? If we saw it coming, they too, the participants most likely saw it coming too.
Yeah.
Do you think it could have been prevented?
If Nigerians saw this coming, the electorate, the true electorate, they saw it could have been prevented. That is the whole essence of election.
How?
Well, for instance, you see people who are turncoats, those who change parties like day turns into night and night turns into day. Now, every average person ought to know that such people are only there. They're going there to protect and preserve their own selfish interests. Now, so many people have rationalized that this leadership issue at the National Assembly level is about 2019. People are already jostling for positions, party positions, national positions, state positions that is supposed to be due in 2019 in 2015. Now, Nigerians are talking about 2015. What do I eat? How do I move? How do I survive? There is crisis in all the land. Niger Delta crisis, Northeast crisis, even Jamba's crisis now.
You're painting a picture of doom here now.
No, I'm not.
Crisis in all the land.
No, I'm not painting a picture of doom yet. I'm painting a picture of gloom. It's so gloomy.
So it's not all doom and gloom.
Not
Just-
yet doomsday,
gloom.
but if something is not done to nip this in the bud, I mean, doom is coming.
When you talked about the fact that they've, since the inauguration of June 9, they've just sat for 9 days, you
Yeah.
said, does it mean that at this rate, are they likely to meet up with the number of days they're supposed to sit in a year?
Except one is clairvoyant. I can't say. We can't predict anymore.
Okay.
Nothing is predictable.
The lawmakers have been going back and forth. The PDP yesterday protested the further shift in resumption date, that if it goes beyond July 28th, then they're going to put their foot down. Do you think, or is it possible that this can be sorted out before July 28th?
I really don't see this being sorted out before July 28th, and I don't see PDP doing anything about it in case it happens that it goes beyond July 28th. First of all, we have to appreciate the fact that out there is no longer PDP, APC in the House. If it was, this matter would be properly resolved.
Yeah, but they say it is. That's why the APC is asking their members to obey the party, because party is supreme.
And the APC members are disobeying their party.
Some of them.
Well, enough to usurp the decision of the party. Enough. I mean, they are teaming up with the opposition party to ensure that the decision of the party does not prevail. I don't agree with whether APC should insist on having its way, because the House of Assembly is not the House of APC. It's a house that belongs to Nigeria. So this idea that, oh, party supremacy, there is constitutional supremacy.
Where's the line?
Yes, the dividing line is, once they get in there, right, they represent their people, the people who put them there. Are you with me? Well, forget about the fact that that's in theory. Most of the people who go there, they go there to represent themselves and their immediate families, or the people who hang on to them. That's why we are always divided. When somebody gets elected, there are a certain set of people who dance in the street. I attended, sorry, I have to digress. I attended the inauguration of an old schoolmate of mine in Ogun State, and we went there, and I mean, in the morning, it was very wonderful, serene atmosphere. I liked the environment, and then suddenly it was time for the inauguration proper. Thank God I had a seat inside. The door was locked, and by the time we came out, I mean, the crowd I saw, and it's not just a crowd, it's, the real carnival will not compare to the kind of Ashwebi, the drumming, the this. And one friend of mine who came in from abroad and came and said, look, what is happening here? I mean, what's all this? The kind of, then after we left that place, I mean, I'm talking of thousands of people. After they came from the villages with Ashwebi, with buses, with banners and all that, drumming, dancing, and we couldn't hear anything. And then when we got, they said, oh, you still have to attend another party at home. And that was another thing.
Yeah, I know you're used to going to court, so you don't see this kind of scenario.
And wait, but maybe you see them.
Why did that scare you? Isn't that normal? After all, he's supposed to be representing the people, and his people have come to rejoice with him.
I was looking
what is wrong with that?
I was looking at it from an economic perspective.
Okay. Who's financing
feeding
this?
So many people and all that. And all these people that came, of course, everybody will ask, that when money is shared, we always know. So we will tell him, they said you got money yesterday, so come and settle us. I mean, it's that bad. It's about sharing money. They were saying it, some of these local people. And I looked at it and I said, God, is there going to be any change?
But isn't that likely not to continue, given the stance of this government now?
No, let me now be realistic. I've always said it. Democracy or no democracy, at some point in time, there has to be some kind of homegrown democracy. You see, democracy as practiced in other parts of the world may not really be it for us. Now, right now, I mean, many of those states, Rivers State, Edo State, the governors ruled for several months, years, without any House of Assembly. They were implementing budgets that were not passed by assemblymen. That's against the Constitution. Nobody batted an eyelid. Are you with me? Now, President Buhari is ruling already.